Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Flaming Phoenix, also known as Alex, and today, welcome to my PvP build series where I'm going to be showing you how I build my PvP map. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some blocks to plan things out. So to do this, I'm going to use some wool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and make a middle line to separate basically the area for the two teams. So I'm just going to, eyeball it out. What you can do is you can also find the exact middle, but since this arena is quite wide, it would take a very long time for me to do that. So I'm just going to eyeball it since it's going to be quicker and it's not going to be the definitive middle line. Okay, so now that I have my middle line, it's more or less in the middle. If you really have a look at it, you can see that the left side is a little bit bigger than the right side, but overall it's fine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this side. So this is going to be one team's base, or like spawning and respawning point, and I'm just going to zone out a little area. I'm just gonna make a nice green symbol so I know which space this is. Eventually I think the teams will be blue and green, but for now it's going to be green. So I'm just gonna come around here with some wool and mark out a little area. Right, so here I have a nice little green circle, and this is just where I'm gonna kind of build a dock for green team's base. Which is going to be all lovely. So now my plan for this is that there's going to be 3 islands, so one in the middle, one to the left, one to the right, and yeah, so one's going to be like for building materials, one's going to be for armor, and one's going to be for something else. So I'm just gonna go and with this blue wool I'm going to map out a kind of general area where I think I'm going to build the islands. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, we have our first island. Our island isn't going to be a square shape, but this is just kind of where our island will be. And then I'm also going to make another island to the left, right, over around here. Here we go. So now, as you can see, we have our second island kind of mapped out. It's also not really in a specific location. None of these islands are kind of symmetrical, so now I'm just mapping out the third island. Oops, there you go, I made a little mistake. Yeah, I'm just gonna map out now the third island. Okay, so here you can see the 3 islands and the little base area. So I'm thinking maybe the middle island will be, I don't know, maybe like a base or something, and then the left island armory, and then the right island, I don't know, building blocks or something. But what I also want is I want a battlefield where the 2 teams will battle it out. So to do this, I'm going to map an area out. Okay, so with orange wool. I lost one of the episodes, so so this is what it looks like now. I'm just going to walk you through what all of this is. So as you can see, there are still the 3 islands and the little spawning zone mapped out, and then we have this PvP battle area which is mapped out in this orange wool, and then you can also see these 2 red squares on the left and on the right. Those will be like some extra features, like a volcano maybe, or like a really big tree, something like that. And then the yellow is going to be where I want the players to move from one zone to another. So how they are all going to be connected. So if it's like with a bridge, a broken bridge maybe, you know, just something like that. So yeah, that's what it looks like now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Okay dokie, so now what I have done is I've just put some letters in these islands. So the A stands for armory, B stands for base. So on the B, I'm going to build a base for the people, and on the A, I'm going to build an armory where they can get some weapons and such. And then on the island to the right, it's going to be building blocks. So that's kind of what each of these 3 islands is going to be doing. So since the middle one, B, is going to be a base, or their base, I want to kind of move it up a little bit so that it's not as close to the spawning zone. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I'm just finishing up. So what we have here is we have ADB. So D stands for defensive self-base because B is for building material. So I've just moved it away, and now I'm just going to add this yellow crossing section again. Okay, so if you did enjoy this episode, or if you didn't so much, please go like, favorite, and subscribe. Comment if you want to, and check out my other video on where I will turn all of this into actual buildings. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, then please do all of that, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.